So this year I'm a senior. So the past year and a half has been all about college decisions and all of the fun stuff that comes with that. And making a decision that's going to affect the next 4 years of my life and really beyond that was a very scary thought to me. And every time I thought about it, I would get really stressed. I would have a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. And it was just not fun. And I knew it was not from God. It was really an attack from the enemy. And so after experiencing that, I was like, I need to go to someone. Who better to go to than Pastor Steve? So I went to Steve and I told him about all my fear that that decision was causing me. And he immediately was like, well, we have to address this fear, and how are we going to address this fear? We're going to attack it with peace. And so we prayed, and one of the first things that he said we needed to do was head on over into Philippians and read Philippians 4, 6 through 7, which says, "Don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus." And the first time I did that with him, I just felt overwhelmed with peace immediately. And it was relieving. But after some time, I would go home and experience that fear and stress again. And so I would try and attack it again with that verse and praying and talking it over with someone. And honestly, it lasted for a little while. And I would always come back to that verse because it would really would just calm me down and just fill me up with God's peace. And after doing that for some time and praying about it, I came down to 2 schools, which caused me even more fear, honestly, because I knew once I made a decision out of those 2, it was done. That was the decision. And so what did I do? Went to Steve, went to other people, prayed about it, talked about it, read this verse, got filled with peace. And all of a sudden, the decision that I needed to make became so apparent to me. And not only was it apparent, I had so much peace and confidence with that decision. And that's when I knew, I was like, this is from God, and that's what I have to do. And I made that decision, and I feel overwhelmed with the peace of God. My name is Riley Kelly, and I am destined for victory.